Math Lesson 18.1 Part 2. Audio Room number 5, Social Studies. Archaeologists recently dug up what may be the world's oldest golden artifact in southern Bulgaria. This gold bead has a mass of 150 milligrams and measures 4 millimeters in diameter. How many grams is the mass of the bead? So right here, they said 150 milligrams. Okay, so it's in milligrams, and we want to go to grams. Okay, so are we going smaller to larger or larger to smaller? Smaller to larger, so we're going to go smaller to larger, which means we're going to divide. Okay, so I have 150, and my decimal's right here. Oh, whoops, not that yet. So 1 gram equals how many milligrams? How many boxes are those apart? 3. So it'd be 1,000, right? A 1 with 3 zeros equals 1,000 milligrams. So I have 150. My decimal is right here. I'm going to go, we said divide, so I'm going to leave to the left. How many spots? 3 times. So 1, 2, 3. So my new answer is 1,500 of a gram. Okay, how many centimeters is the diameter? So we have right here. Okay, so am I going larger to smaller or smaller to larger? I'm going smaller to larger again. So that means I'm going to what? Divide, right? If I go smaller to larger, I divide. If I go larger to smaller, I multiply. Okay, so 1 centimeter equals what? How far apart are they? A centimeter and a millimeter are how far apart? 1 box, right? So 10 millimeters. Okay, so I have 4, and then we said we're dividing. So do I go to the left or to the right? To the left, 1 spot. So now I have 4 of a centimeter. Number 6, modeling mathematics. Complete the equations to show how to convert 8 and 2,500 meters into the given unit of measure. So if we took 8 and 2,500 of a meter, okay, what are we going to take it to get to the decimeter? Times 10, right? Okay, so if I move it one place to the right, it would be 82.5 decimeters. Meters to centimeters are how many boxes apart? 2, right? So I move it over 2 times. My answer is 825 centimeters. Meters to millimeters, those are 3 boxes apart. So times 1,000. Move it over 1, 2, 3, and put a 0 to hold my spot. So now I have 8250. Come back in and add a comma. So 8,250 millimeters. Okay. All right. Number 7. So I'm going from meters to centimeters. So larger to smaller or smaller to larger? Larger to smaller. So I'm going to divide, right? Okay. Yes, no? No, I'm going to multiply. Okay, guys, you gotta pay attention because I'm asking. Okay, so 1 meter, how many boxes apart are the meter and the centimeter? 2. So 100 centimeters. So I have 4.6. Am I going to the right or to the left? To the right. How many spots? Twice. And I need to add a 0. So my answer is 460 centimeters. Okay. Number 8. I need to go from liters to milliliters. So am I going smaller to larger or larger to smaller? Larger to smaller. So I'm going to multiply. Okay, so 1 liter equals how many milliliters? How many boxes apart are those? 3. So it would be 1,000 milliliters. So I'm going to take 1.8, and we still were multiplying. So I'm looping the decimal 3 times to the right. So 1, 2, 3. And I put in zeros to hold my spot, right? So my new number is 1,800. Come back in, put a comma, and label it with milliliters. Number 9. Am I going larger to smaller or smaller to larger? Here's grams and here's kilograms. So smaller to larger, right? Which means what? Divide. Okay. So then 1 kilogram equals how many grams? How many boxes apart are those? 3, right? So 1 gram equals 1,000 kilograms. So I have 58. My decimal would be right here. And we said we're going to divide. So I'm going to loop my decimal to the left, right? How many places? 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And I put a 0 in there to hold my spot. So now my decimal is right here. And I have 0.5058. So 58 thousandths of a kilogram. Okay, number 10. Okay, so centiliter to a liter. So larger to smaller or smaller to larger? Smaller to larger, which means I'm going to divide. Okay. All right, so 1 liter equals how many centiliters? How far apart are they? 2. So 100 centiliters. And then our number is 6,257 with the decimal right here. Okay. And then we said we're dividing. So I need to loop what? 2 places to the left. So my answer is 62 and 57 hundredths of a liter. Okay. Number 11. I'm going from pentagrams to milligrams. So larger to smaller or smaller to larger? What? Larger to smaller, which means I'm going to multiply. Okay, so 1 pentagram equals how many milligrams? How far apart are those? What do you think? 5, right? Okay, so I need a 1 with 5 zeros, right? So 100,000. Okay, milligrams. Okay, so my original number is 22.351. And if I'm multiplying, which way am I looping? To the right, how many places? 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What do I put in there to hold my spot? 0. So my answer is 22.35. 100. Go back in and add my commas. So 2,235,100 what? Milligrams. Okay. All right. We can't use a fraction, so we need to put that in decimal form. So 84 and a half is also 84.5, right? Okay. So am I going, so kilometers to meters? Am I going larger to smaller or smaller to larger? Okay, so larger to smaller, so that means I'm going to multiply, right? Okay, so 1 kilometer equals how many meters? How far apart are they? They're 3 apart, right? So 1,000 meters. Okay, so I have 84.5, and so we're multiplying. How many places do I need to move it? 3 places, right? 1, 2, 3. So my answer would be 8, 4, 5, 1, 2. Come back in and add my comma, and then my label is meters, right? Okay, so we are going to complete this whole page. Our recording might run out, but the whole page does need to be completed. On your own, number 13, STEM. There is a theory that the dinosaurs may have become extinct as a result of an asteroid crashing into Earth. The impact is believed to have left a crater in what is now the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico. About how many meters wide is the crater? So they want to know about how many meters wide. So we have 150 kilometers. So let's make our box again, guys. Because our box will help us, right? Okay, 7 sections. Okay, and then we have kilo. What goes next? Good to remember? Hecto. Next? Deca. And then what? Meter, liter, grams. Okay. Then what? Deci. What else? Centimeters and millimeters. Okay, now a thing to help you remember the order of what goes in each box is king, Hector, drank, many, large, glasses, and then you add of, okay, of, dark, chocolate, milk. Okay, the of part, clearly you're going to put an O in there somewhere, right? Okay, but that kind of helps you kind of remember the letters that go there. Okay, so once again, king, Hector, drank, many, large, glasses, of, dark, chocolate, milk. Okay, all right, so we need to go from what they start with, kilometers to meters. So we're going larger to smaller or smaller to larger? Larger to smaller, which means what? We're going to multiply or divide, guys. Multiply. 1 kilogram equals how many meters? How far apart are they? They're 3 boxes apart, so 1,000, right? All right, so then we're originally given 150, so our decimal goes right there. Okay, so we said multiply, so we are going to do what? Loop what? Loop to the right 3 times. So 1, 2, 3, and add in 0. So now I have about 1, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0. Come back in, put in my comma, and then so about 150,000 meters. Okay. Number 14, reason. Are there less than 1,000, exactly 1,000, or greater than 1,000 millimeters in a kilometer? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We have 6 spaces between those. How many zeros are they showing? 5. So there would be more. Okay, so greater than. And then basically because it's actually, there's 1 million millimeters in a kiloliter. Okay. All right. Okay, so number 15. 2 athletes are training for a long distance race. Chris runs 2 7/75 kilometers 6 times each week. Kelly runs 1,250 meters 15